What's up, everybody? Hope you're having a good day. Today, we're going to talk about being fake and why you shouldn't fake anything, especially out in social media. You should always post everything that's true to yourself and not try to impress a lot of people, because that stuff will backfire real quick. On that same subject, if you watch social media, there's been a lot of people that have been called out for like fakeness. Now, I don't want to drop names because I hate dropping names, but there's people out there that are saying, hey, you know what, take my program, I'm steroid free, this and that. And, they're doing this and encouraging people to go do all this stuff. And then it turns out they're on steroids. And those people just blast them for it. And they get ridiculed, and then all of a sudden they went from the prime spot, down to the bottom. And that's rough. And it's because people go out there and they research this stuff. If you say something on YouTube, they're gonna find it, Or if you aren't who you are on here like you are in person, they're gonna call you out on it. I know personally people that have tried to come on here, open up their podcasts, or they've tried to do their own vlogs and stuff like that, or they do live feeds and different types of things. They're just all over the place. And then when they come on, that's not them, because you know them personally in real life. And then people just catch on to that. I don't ever want to be fake. How I am is how I am. I'm not going to go and change a lot of stuff. I can get better at things. That's the difference between faking it and getting better. I strive to get better, not fake anything. I'm not going to fake any kind of glory on here. I'm not going to fake that I'm some kind of guru. I'm going to give the information as it is. What my struggles are, what I battle with, what's hard and what works, what doesn't work, and we'll keep going, on a daily basis, and hopefully grow to get better. So if you're starting a YouTube channel, or whatever your company is, always make sure that your online presence matches you out in the real world. You don't want to be all fluffy and like, hey, guys. I've seen it. Trust me. I've seen it, especially in the photography where they're like, hey, guys, blah, 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 blah. And then you see them in person and they're just sour, You're just like, ooh. And then you interact with them, or you try to interact with them, and you're like, nah, man. I've seen it. I know personally someone that has like millions of followers because I worked with them. I went to their venue and they presented themselves as this couple that was beautiful and inviting and encouraging and uplifting, just for you to get there, and then they treat you like dog do, That was a big letdown for me, because I was excited. I even told my wife, I was like, hey, we're going to work with these people at their venue and this and that. These people are amazing. They're going to be awesome. I'm going to take some photos with them and, just interact on the side while we're doing the whole event. Let's really make this a big thing. And I get there and you talk to me like I'm your servant, You talk to me like I'm not worthy of your presence. No, man. Never again. We'll never work with those people. But that's like how I'm saying. If you come on here and you fake it from the get-go, and then people start following you, and then they find out you're not who you are, they're going to unfollow you. They're going to blast you first. They're going to put you on blast, and then they're going to unfollow you. And then you just run your whole name, your reputation, and everything down the drain. Your reputation is everything, especially if you own your own business. Like I own my own business. My reputation is everything. Yeah. If we get, some comments or whatever the case is from our clients, and they're not satisfied with a certain thing, that's like a dagger. If you're a photographer or whatever, you own your own business, when you get like a review or something and it's not positive, or you just did not meet their expectations, that's hard. The hardest part is coming back and accepting that feedback and building from it and building that bridge with that person that left that review or whatever the case is. Trying to say, hey, you know what? I apologize. not take it personally, you know? And that's what a lot of people do. They take things personally and they put it on blast, and it goes back and forth, blah, 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 blah. Then it goes to groups, and then everybody just destroys you and just wow, like a swarm of bees on top of you. Don't do that. Just take it and run with it. Try to fix it and then move on. One of the biggest things that I don't like is when someone says, hey, you know what, this is how I did it, and blah, 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 and you could do it too. And they're trying to be like us, the smaller people that are trying to grow, and they're looking to them for inspiration and stuff like that, only to find out that they have a huge marketing team behind them. And this and that they're not showing up front. They don't show you that they have like 20 years in computer technology that builds these chats and stuff like that, or, you know, these robots in the background that are working what they do on here. And then they get called out for that too. So I'm going to cut this one short. Basically, just don't fake it. Just be yourself. You're not going to get everybody to like you. You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. You might be a cup of tea for somebody and then nasty coffee for another. It doesn't matter. As long as you can look back on everything and be like, hey, you know what? I was not fake on that video. That's all that matters. So with that, I hope you have a good afternoon. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. And thank you for your time. Deuces.